Today at the World Cup, one of the CONCACAF teams has made it through. Team USA, just barely. Just barely. Idiot coach taking off all his players and putting all the defensive players on for the last 25 minutes so Iran could just do all-out attack. Drives me nuts. I thought I was watching Manchester United under Jose Mourinho. But they got it done so far. 4 for 4 with these. Let me go back to here. Senegal goes through over Ecuador. I was a little surprised about that one. I thought, my favorite play of today, other than in that game, was both teams to score. I thought that was pretty interesting. But, I thought when Ecuador tied it up, I thought they probably would have, held on, but they didn't even have a lead for 3 minutes. Were you a little bit stunned by that game, or just kind of? I know Senegal is pretty good.
Yeah, I wasn't stunned from what I saw from them in the tournament. They could have beat the Netherlands. They played really well for 80 minutes in that match. I liked the way I was on the over 2 myself in that game. I don't know why the total was so low, but I figured, Senegal can score goals. So can Ecuador. They're going to have to push their attack. And it worked out perfect because, Senegal took the lead. Ecuador had to press. And I thought it was interesting because Senegal in the first half was all over Ecuador. They didn't have a chance. They were just pressing. And then when they finally got the goal, they switched to this defensive style to open up the second half. And it was like they couldn't even get 20 minutes in without giving up a goal. So then when they scored basically like 30 seconds right after, I noticed they continued to attack the rest of the game. And I think that was a really good idea of them because, Ecuador couldn't solve them the entire first half. So why switch the way you're playing if you're absolutely dominating? And I think that's what some of these teams need to do. Don't sit back on defense. Just keep attacking if they can't solve you.
Yeah, it drives me nuts, to be honest. I can't stand that. USA there had, they never showed that offside with Tyler Adams. I think it was in the first, or Tim Way in the first half. It was really, really close. I really wanted to see it to see if it, how close it was. They never showed the replay.
I got to see it at halftime. It was offside by a knee and a shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, because just the way the Iran defender was, he kind of was curled like that. So none of his upper body or lower body was forward. The line was actually like his butt, basically.
Okay. And USA had a couple more chances there, I think, in the first half, and then the second half they just shut it down. The USA has this issue. They look 100 times better in the first half in games than they do in the second half. They did it against Wales, they did it against England, and they did it today. And at some point against Netherlands or whoever they play after that, it's going to cost them. I think.
I got to say, I finally understand why you hate Pulisic so much.
Yeah.
If he learns how to pass the ball, you guys are up 1-0 1 minute into the game.
Yeah. Look, Aronson. To me, Aronson will be, for 2026, Aronson's the guy to me.
Now your Pulisic is out.
Yeah. To be honest, they might have a chance in that game. And the only problem is they're playing Super Cody Gakpo, who scores every game.
Your guy, just unbelievable.
He's just, what? And it's weird because he doesn't I don't even know if he has the greatest of games. He drifts in and out. But he does I don't know. He does what these other guys don't do.
Yeah. Well, today they used him as a striker, so.
Yeah, and
that helps him out.
Yeah, yep. And I think for United, when he signs in January, I think hopefully they do that with him as well. He's going to provide depth all over the place. But when he plays these other teams, when you look at some of these other teams, Harry Kane, at least he had an assist today, but Super Marcus Rashford,
Man, that
2 goals.
goal was nasty.
Ridiculous.
Nastiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's you know what? He's finally playing. Same thing. He's playing with some confidence. Now you can't take him out of the lineup.
Did you see Phil Foden got the start?
Yeah, yep. And look at that. They scored 3 goals.
My Canadian guys were loving it up here. Finally getting Phil Foden in the line. They think he's England's best player.
He might be. I mean, they look a lot better with him in the attack. That's for sure. What's his name doesn't like him.
Southgate.
Yeah, Southgate. Same thing. Berhalter doesn't like Reina for some reason.
Yeah. I gotta say though, with the USA, I saw a lot of selfish play today. Like they gotta, I don't know. Just I feel when they were in the attacking zone, everybody wanted to be the hero. It was all I can deke 3 defenders and score myself, right? And I noticed a lot of that from Pulisic in the first half specifically. But yeah, I think they got to play more like a team in that sense.
Netherlands opened here at minus 113. USA 350. 350, and draw is plus 250. England is minus 186. Senegal plus 600. Draw plus 310. Double chance Senegal or draw is plus 150. I think I would have liked Ecuador in that game a little bit better against England. I don't know if Senegal is going to be able to match them, but and Netherlands at minus 113. I don't know how you back the USA in that game. I mean, I just Netherlands won their group. I mean, they're going to the Nations League semifinals. I think Netherlands is a better team. To get them at minus 113, I think by the time that game kicks off on Saturday, that line's going to be closer to minus 150. That would be my guess. And we'll probably see here because if we go tell everybody to take the Netherlands, all 3 viewers here. I got the Twitch viewers. I gained a Twitch follower today during the live stream, so that was cool. I got an email about that, so we got some followers. I need more Twitch followers. By the time that game gets to Saturday, I would expect Netherlands to be closer to minus 150, but I don't know, who knows. England, I think that was an easy win. Netherlands, I think, Netherlands scored that 3rd goal and it got disallowed. And I think at that point, I think if that goal is allowed, maybe they go on and they hammer them. At that point, Senegal, once Senegal took the lead in that game 2-1, I think they knew they were through anyway, so they took the foot off the gas. So I had them, over 3.5, over 4.5, whatever. But I also had gag posts, so that was fine. But yeah, tomorrow you got these, the 4 games C and D. The D games go first: Australia, Denmark, Tunisia, France. People were asking me about this Denmark game first, about if do you give Australia a chance in this game? I mean, I guess they have more points than them right now, but I don't know who's going to score for Denmark, but coming into this, Denmark, I thought was going to finish 2nd in the group. So if they win, they do. I know you were on Denmark this whole time, so I would guess you're probably on Denmark tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Denmark should get the job done here. I mean, Australia, if you really look at the way they played, they got outplayed in both games. They were outplayed by Tunisia, outshot by Tunisia. They scored a quick goal on France, got blown out 4-1. And even their goal against Tunisia came in the 23rd minute. It's like they find a way to score in the first 20 minutes, and then they catch the defense off guard before they're settled in. and then they can't seem to get many chances after that. Once the game settles in like that, this is all or nothing for Denmark. They have to win. I highly doubt they're gonna give up an early goal like that, get caught off guard. I expect them to dominate. They have a much better midfield. They should control the possession in this game, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cornelius up top. So, if anything, I think he can probably squeak one by. They should get the win here, I would think.
Goal scorer.
Thing is, I don't know about the -1 because it might just push.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know how to. I'm not sure how. I probably have to put in a parlay with somebody. Let me see how this is going to work.
You could risk taking them first half at +105. Hopefully, hope they come out, have a strong start, score a goal or two, and then just defend the lead in the second half. You know what I mean?
Denmark and France money lines pays +120. Denmark Argentina plays +130. So I think maybe better to put it in a parlay. But yeah, I think maybe you could do that.
I don't know about France though, because they don't really need to win the game.
Yeah,
they'll probably rest players. Even a draw, they win the group. It might be better to parlay Denmark with Argentina, a team who it's
plus
all or none for them.
Yeah, you get better odds there. Yeah, I mean, let's see, France. Wish you could see a predicted lineup here.
Yeah, they're gonna put Benzema in just to get fit for the round of 16.
I don't know. Deschamps says he might not be back. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know what they're doing here.
Deschamps, Mbappe has supposedly decided that he does not want to be rested. Okay. So they have Pavard and Mandanda in goal. Pavard, Konate, Varane, Camavinga at left back, which is weird. Guendouzi, Fofana, Coman, Griezmann, Mbappe, and Marcus Thuram up top. Still a pretty good lineup.
Mbappe does not want to be rested. Does he just want to just score?
He sees his idol, Marcus Rashford, scoring goals like crazy. He said, I'm not letting that happen. I just don't know who's going to score for Tunisia. I think this could be low scoring. But if Mbappe plays too, it could be Mbappe could score 2 goals. I just don't really kind of know where to go. I think we've talked about this a little bit. Player goals.
You get France to keep a clean sheet at -120. You see Tunisia scoring on them?
Nah.
Exactly. Like how they're going to have to score, but I don't think they can score. That's the thing. What, them and Mexico are the only 2 teams that haven't scored in the tournament yet?
Yeah, I think so. Where is that? Total goes by Tunisia under half.
Oh, and Uruguay, I guess. Uruguay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I think when you look at these games, I mean, when we do this show for the Champions League, Rashford is like Pele when Kane goes off. Yeah, that's right. Rashnaldo, they call him, right? Foxy, I see if you agree with this. I think like during the Champions League, we both of us kind of preach, listen, don't bet these games that mean it like nothing. Like these games, there's so many games on match day 6. We were real big on match day 3, 4, 5 when the games meant something, and we had a feel for the first games after the first 2 games. It's the same thing here. There's only 3 match days, so it's cut in half. I know Tunisia needs the game, but they stink. Now they're not going to score. They're not terrible. I don't want to say Tunisia stinks. They can't score. They're not terrible defensively. They're going to try to stay in the game as long as they can and see if they can nick a goal 1-0 or something like that. It might work. So, but I don't know if I want to trust that game because France, 0-0 wins the group for them, so it doesn't really matter. Denmark needs to win the game. So does Australia. Argentina and Poland both need to win the game, and Argentina is a better team. Saudi Arabia and Mexico both need to win the game. It's like, to me, I would rather focus on those other 3 games, and maybe try to find a way to bet Tunisia and France. But, probably like you said, if I was going to put Denmark, what's that?
The clean sheet.
Yeah, if I was going to bet Denmark in a parlay, it would probably be with Argentina or take, France clean sheet. That's probably a pretty good way to do it. But other than that, France at, once again, you minus 235. You got to let go in a half. I don't know. Tunisia's defense isn't terrible. And France knows if they're up 1-0 in the 75th minute, they're not pushing for, 3 more goals here. So
unless you're Mbappe.
He could be off by then. I mean, if they're up 1-0 or 2-1, probably I can't imagine Tunisia's going to score. But yeah, if it's 1-0, they could rest them at that point. So, the 2:00 games though I think are both pretty interesting. Poland, Argentina, and Saudi Arabia, Mexico. Who knows? Maybe Saudi Arabia will win it all. Look, we'll talk about that game first, Foxy. I think everybody in the world expects Mexico. They haven't played. They've been terrible. They have to get, a draw or a win right here over Saudi Arabia. And an Argentina win could get them in. If Mexico wins by a goal, I guess no. They would, if Mexico wins by 2 goals and Poland loses by 2 goals or something like that. Mexico still has hope. I don't know. I don't. I think this Mexico team is old. I think Saudi Arabia didn't play poorly even in the loss. They missed a penalty. If that goes in, I think it's a different game. I don't know how you feel about that game. This game, but Saudi Arabia at plus 390 and Saudi Arabia at double chance plus 115 when all you need is a point. Mexico couldn't score in a Mexican whorehouse. I just don't know. I don't know if you take Mexico here at minus 139.
Yeah, how do you lay that number with a team that hasn't scored in the tournament yet? And they dominated Poland too, and just couldn't score.
Who scored? Raul Jimenez. I heard a stat the other day. Raul Jimenez has not scored for Mexico in 3 years.
Wow.
I know he was out for a while there, but he hasn't scored. I mean, they just.
Is Mexico still locked to get out of the group?
Saudis have played great in both games. Yeah, Foxy. I don't think Mexico wins this game. I'll be honest. I'd rather take a chance on Saudi Arabia and draw here. I might even say, maybe it's 0-0 or maybe it's 1-1 and Mexico pushes and Saudi gets a late goal to win the tie at plus 390. I just don't. If Saudi Arabia scores, which I think they can, obviously they scored 2 in the first match and they had a penalty that they missed and then the keeper made a great save. But if they score a goal, how much faith would you have in Mexico scoring 2 goals in this tournament in one game?
Absolutely zero. Like you said, you've been saying it the whole time. Who's going to score for this team? From what I've seen, they can control possession for 90 minutes. It doesn't matter. They can't get attacks in the box. They can't even get anywhere close to getting a meaningful chance. So how are they going to score a goal? And Saudi Arabia actually has been playing pretty well. So I would honestly, the fact that Mexico's a minus 143 in this match shocks me.
I don't understand it. Irving Lozano is plus 140 to score for them. Henry Martin is plus 145. Alex Vega plus 155. Virgilia Funes Mori. That guy's not scoring. He's like a corpse. I don't understand. Raul Jimenez. These. Come on, man. I don't know. And then you see. Yeah, that Saudis, that Penn versus Poland, you can't afford to not take those chances. I think the only thing with Foxy is they're at least they got the win against Argentina. So, a draw here is probably enough.
You know who's more likely to score in the Mexico game? This where is he? Hold on, I just had him here. Al Shari for Al Shari or what? I don't even know.
Al Sahiri?
Yeah, Al Sahiri. That's it. Salah Al Sahiri. Yeah, he's probably. I guarantee you, if Saudi Arabia scores a goal, it's going to be that guy. That guy's nasty. He already has one in the tournament. Didn't he take the penalty kick as well?
Day was that Saturday?
Because if that's the case, if they get a penalty in this game, he's going to be the guy.
Al Dawsari.
Oh, Dawsari. Yeah, he's actually I think he scored the other goal against Argentina.
Yeah.
He's plus 500. And there you go. He's their penalty guy.
Here's the deal. I just don't trust this Mexico team at all. I mean, it is set up for Mexico just to go, but I don't think they're going to score. I don't think they can score enough goals in this game. If Saudi Arabia scores 1, I don't see Mexico scoring 2. I just don't I just think, this could be the tournament where these African teams and the Middle Eastern team, Saudi Arabia as part of the Asian continent, but, obviously right there with Qatar. If Saudi Arabia gets through in that round of 16, sellout is going to be crazy. The whole crowd's going to be Saudi, although there'll be a big Mexican contingent as well there. So I think that game is interesting. This Poland-Argentina game, the line just moved again. Now Argentina's down to minus 195. That actually just moved because they were just at minus 205 here when I tried to put that parlay in.
Really?
Yeah, because the parlay was 139. Sorry, parlay was.
I have 223 at my book still. I don't think it's moved for me.
It just went to 205 again. It just went back to 205. Wow, how about that? So it went down to 190. I tried to put the parlay in and went back to 205. Bastards. I don't know how you take Poland in this game.
Why would you want to take Poland?
Poland plus 1 here is plus 100 on the Asian handicap.
Poland's got 4 points in this tournament. And even though I pegged them to qualify, which they're basically going to, they don't deserve any points, if you ask me, with the way they've played in both games.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let me see. So if Saudi wins,
they're through.
A draw doesn't help Saudi Arabia unless Argentina wins
by 3 goals.
By 3 goals, which is possible. But once again, if they're up 2-0 late, they're not pushing for another goal because they don't really care about Saudi Arabia. So I don't know. I just think Argentina got the scare early, the loss.
They're not going to let it happen again.
I think they're not going to let it slip at this point. Like Foxy says, Enzo Fernandez will start. I think, they looked really good with him. Lewandowski's plus 285. Robert Lewandowski plus 285 to score. Wow.
They know Poland can't score. And plus, Poland actually only needs a draw to get through because that would give them 5 points. And they would either win the group if the Saudis don't win. And if the Saudis win, I think they would just qualify in second. And the Saudis would win the group.
Yes. Saudi Arabia really missed Tumbakti that last game. He was a rock at the bag versus Argentina. I'm sure he'll be playing. Yeah, look, I mean, the more I think about it, the more I like Saudi Arabian draw. The only problem is Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia's not going to settle for a draw, but in the course of the match, maybe a draw happens, but I'd much maybe. Let me see if there's another way you can do this. Saudi Arabia pick at plus 255. It's not bad. Maybe do something like that. I'm not sure. I got to try to figure out how I'll do it. Maybe Saudi Arabia pick. I mean, because then if they tie, at least you get your money back. But win or draw offers you pretty good value. Plus 120. I think they'll go for it. Obviously, and once again, if they score. I think that's where the winner draw comes in, because I just think if they score, Mexico could score at some point trying to get back in the game, but I don't know if Mexico's going to score more than one goal in this game. I just don't see it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be tough for Mexico to score.
Which one of these games are you most confident in?
Most confident. I kind of like them all.
Yeah,
because I hated today's card. I didn't like the two groups, but I liked tomorrow's.
Yeah, Foxy, they already saw. I saw the lineup. It's atrocious. Tellus, it's atrocious. Don't go near that Brazil game.
They could still score 5 goals with backups in.
Well, they got bad backups like Jesus and Alex Tellus.
Don't criticize my Jesus.
Anthony's playing, so because since this is the Manchester United tournament, he could probably score there. But yeah, no, I think they're gonna, they're minus 360 in that game against Cameroon. A Cameroon team, by the way, that is still alive in the tournament. And a win over Brazil could see them go through against a weakened Brazil. So that is interesting, but we'll know a little bit more about that probably on Friday when we see the lineups. But it's supposed to be a really weakened. It's the B team, but sometimes the B teams play well because they won't playing time. So
that's what I mean, right? I think their players are so good that these guys might just look at it like this is our opportunity to show why we're starters.
Yeah, if Anthony, for example, goes out there and scores a hat trick against, Cameroon, how you leave him out of the lineup the next game?
The other thing is Abubakar going to be in for Cameroon?
He better be.
Or are they going to leave him on the bench for the 70th minute when they're down 2 goals again?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't understand these coaches sometimes. I just don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah, and he sent the goalie home, and I still don't know what.
No, he didn't go home. He's still there. He's not. He wasn't in the actual squad, but he's still there. I read a story today. He's actually in the country, waiting for him to be called back. So he hasn't left.
Because I bet you his gripe was start Abubakar, and he's waiting for the coach to call and say, "I'm an idiot. You were right. We need to have our best player on the field."
Yeah. This whole tournament's been crazy, to be honest. Are you talking about Bruno Fernandes, Foxy, from Portugal?
I was talking about his Newcastle boys.
Oh, I thought he meant Bruno Fernandes, who got 2 goals yesterday.
No, Ronaldo scored one of those goals.
Oh, that's what he says.
It touched the tip of his hair. How could you forget that?
No, FIFA said they have sensors. They have sound sensors in the balls, and they showed that the thing, like on the cricket ones, and they have those edges. The sound didn't move until it hit the ground. So FIFA said no. The goal is Bruno's.
Well, the rotation of the ball never moved. Like it would have been a noticeable difference.
Plus, like how petty do you have to be to what? Like, are you serious, dude?
He knew
Like,
it didn't touch his head. Like, come on, you're telling
I
me you
know
didn't feel it?
that's like it's just, but that's how he is. I mean, he's more worried about he's more worried about his stats than the team. That's why he's that's the problem at United. It's normal. Cameroon always create drama for themselves every tournament. Blame Edsel. Yeah, no, you're right. Look, I think it's. I don't know. Hopefully Chelsea signs him. He's linked with Newcastle. Foxy. Hopefully you're not dumb enough to take him. Yeah.
I heard a Saudi club offered him like $3 million for
300 million.
300 million, sorry, for 3 years or something like that. What is it?
Yeah, stupid money. Like, you got to go. Like, look, you're washed, man. You go to that Saudi league and score 1 million goals. You be the hero. You make all the money in the world. You be a billionaire.
You'll be a star in the country. Everybody's gonna love you.
Yeah, just go, man. Just go, please.
Take the money and leave.
Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, so I mean that's basically it here. I think our for me, I would probably go here and here. Denmark, Argentina, parlay plus 130. That'd probably be my best play. I would wait to see the France lineup. If France plays a half decent lineup, I might take a chance. Al Nasser, yeah, that's correct. This line just moved here. You add Saudi Arabia to the parlay, it becomes plus 1047. So there you go. Denmark, France, Argentina, Mexico, 15-18. No, if you add, let me add. There you go, plus 400.
Add the France clean sheet in there.
Oh yeah. France clean sheet. Not win to nil, just Tunisia under half a goal, right?
Yeah,
835. Foxy, that's a good one. We're gonna be rich in a couple minutes. We're rich. We're like you now. We're rich. We're rich, bitch. That's a decent parlay. And then you take out Saudi and still plus 329. So there you go. This would be my play, though. Denmark, Argentina. I think that's the safest play. If you want to add Tunisia under half a goal, I think that's pretty good play there.
That's your Twitch play of the day.
Twitch. Got my Twitch players watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. But we will be back tomorrow night. And we're going to go over the Wednesday. I don't even know what date it is. The Wednesday games. And we'll look through the Thursday games. And we will have some plays for you. So thank you for watching once again. Big Al and Pick Advisor and my plays. Even though they keep winning, the football plays, I steer you in the right direction. There's no soccer plays because they're no ambition. So it is what it is. So we will see you tomorrow.